Hi, my name is Brittany and I will be your instructor for this course. I'm a lawyer, a Gavel expert, and the founder of Variable Academy, so I'm so excited to have you here. This course is designed to have you build along with me in your Gavel account in real time. So go ahead and download the practice templates that are in the details below. I really wanted to give you the authentic experience of what it's like to operate as a Gavel expert at the gold level. So I'm giving you these templates in their imperfect state in the way that they were given to me. And we're going to walk through all of the different steps to create an entire funding toolkit in one click from the beginning all the way to the end. I also loved this use case because it shows you how deceptive different templates can be when it comes to billing. So I initially estimated that this project was going to take about 10 hours because if you were just using Gavel alone, this would be a very easy project. You would be able to just have all the fields that you want in your Gavel account and you're good to go. However, because this particular client wanted to pull the data from DecisionVault, this expanded to an over 30-hour project because I had to connect so many different pieces together and pull information from many different places. So you're going to get to see how these very deceptively simple templates can turn into a much larger project than you might initially estimate. I also love this use case because it really demonstrates the need to adapt the way that you build in Gavel to where the data is coming from and who is going to be initiating or using this particular workflow. Who is interacting with it makes a huge difference in how you build this, as well as where the data is coming from. And these are two things that I think are the foundation for being an expert level builder. So let's take a quick peek at the end goal of this entire course and how we're going to get there along the way. This course is designed to create a package of funding instructions for an estate plan for a client who is going to be then taking these instructions to their various institutions, such as banks and other annuity policies and life insurance policies, in order to inform those people that we want to change the beneficiary on those accounts to the trust that they've created with this lawyer. So the way that we can populate multiple different dynamic financial asset information with Gavel and DecisionVault together is through this process that we're going to go through together in this course. In DecisionVault, as you can see with this matter, this couple has many different financial assets that we want to then take information from and pull into our documents. So we have things like bank accounts, retirement accounts, stocks, bonds, and brokerage accounts, automobiles, boats, and other vehicles, life insurance, business interests, annuities, and more. So these are the different pieces that we want to dynamically pull into the documents to prepare the funding toolkit instructions. From here, what we are wanting to be able to do is in just a few clicks, so from integrations to Gavel to choosing which workflow we want to use and saying pull fields, all we have to do in order to populate all of the funding instructions for all of those financial assets is to say process template here. That's it. And it took so much background work in order to get to that point. But once that person says process template, then at the end of the day, all of those different financial assets are going to populate into a folder that I have designated for that client. So we can see that they have all of the annuity instructions for each different owner of those different policies, the bank accounts for each of those different people, the business interest instructions for each of those people, the investment account instructions, the life insurance instructions, the qualified account instructions, and the vehicle instructions for each individual owner. Let's look at Demetria's business interest instructions as an example. When we click into here, we can go straight into the doc version and make any changes that we want to if we have to. In this particular case, the way that this client wanted me to have this set up is that we wanted to add the signing date when we were ready and not have it be a dynamic variable. Now we have this be dynamic between an S corporation interest, an LLC, a sole proprietorship, a partnership, and other entity structures. Then we have the owner's information pulled through, their specific address. Then we also have the percentage of interest in their business name. And there's a lot of different logic that's also going on in these different sections to make it to where shareholder agreement shows when it is a corporation, operating agreement in different circumstances, company agreement in similar other circumstances, and more. Additionally, I have this set up so that, as you can see here, in this joint version, there's a professional corporation and it is a joint ownership between Demetria and Richard. So I also have two signature blocks showing up only when there is a joint ownership situation. You can see the dynamic interest percentage, the dynamic business name variable, and all of the other pieces pulling together here, including putting both owners on this line here. In order to build this very simple from a user standpoint workflow and a robust behind the scenes workflow is we're going to be using a combination of 5 different make scenarios, 1 Zap, and several different Gavel workflows, as well as DecisionVault webhooks and the Gavel integration that is native within DecisionVault. I'm so excited to walk through this step by step with you during this course. You will gain a mastery not only of Gavel, but also of Make, Zapier, and DecisionVault. We're going to go into the API for DecisionVault. We're going to go into custom webhooks. We're going to go into the Make, DecisionVault, and Gavel integrations. We're going to go very deep into the DecisionVault Gavel integration. We're going to go through all of these different pieces together, step by step. Hang in with me, and I'll see you throughout the course.